Now, the backdrop of all of this is the battle in Congress over DHS funding, and that is playing out this hour on Capitol Hill, where Fox News congressional correspondent Bill Melugin joins me now. Bill.
Will, good afternoon to you. We've been told by sources that this had actually been brewing for quite some time. It really started with all that chaos we saw in Minneapolis, but it really escalated this week with Secretary Noem's testimony before the Senate here on the Hill, in particular about that $200 million ad campaign, those videos that she was a part of. Take a look.
You cross the border illegally, we'll find you. Break our laws, we'll punish you. Harm American citizens, there will be consequences. But if you come here the right way, your American dream can be as big as these endless skies. From President Trump and me, welcome home.
So, Will, we just talked to Senator John Kennedy a short time ago here on the Hill. He told reporters that when he found out about those ads and the cost behind them, he was offended. So he called the White House and told them he planned to press Secretary Noem on these videos, on these contracts at that Senate hearing on Tuesday. He said the White House didn't oppose him doing that. So we saw what happened. Take a look.
And you're saying that you're testifying that President Trump approved this ahead of time. Is that my understanding?
We had conversations about making sure that we were telling people.
No, ma'am. I'm asking you, sorry to interrupt, but the president approved ahead of time you spending $220 million running TV ads across the country in which you are featured prominently.
Yes, sir. We went through the legal processes, did it correctly.
Did the president know you were going to do this?
Yes.
He did?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay.
Will, Senator Kennedy told us a short time ago that President Trump called him right after seeing that testimony and that he was absolutely furious about it, said he never approved that contract, didn't even know about it, and was already talking about replacing Kristi Noem on Tuesday night. Take a listen to what he just told us.
But the president, when he called me Tuesday night, the night of the hearing, when he was mad as a murder hornet, he asked me what I thought about Mark Twain, and I said, A, I like him. B, he's very smart. C, he's a very good businessman. And D, if I didn't believe the three things I just told you, I'd lie to you because Mark Twain would whip my ass.
And Senator Mullen already has at least one Democrat in the Senate who is going to be supporting him. That is Senator John Fetterman, who posted on X, quote, as a member of the Homeland Security Committee and the ranking member of the Subcommittee on Border Security, I'm not sure how many fellow Democrats will vote to support our colleague Senator Mullen as the next DHS secretary, but I, saying that he is voting yes. And back out here live, Will, Senator Markwayne Mullin told us that Senator Fetterman is a friend of his and that they've already been texting since this announcement came out. He also said that Kristi Noem is a close friend of his and that as of about an hour ago, he hadn't been able to call her and have a conversation with her about all of this just yet. We'll send it back to you.
Bill, Senator Mullen is the man of the hour. Senator Kennedy is a national treasure. Thank you for all of that, Bill Melugin.
Yep.
Hey, it's Will Cain. Click here to subscribe to the Fox News channel on YouTube. It's the best way to get our latest interviews and highlights. And click to subscribe to the Will Cain podcast for full episodes right now.